Welcome everybody, my name is Michael or Kubera, and today we are going to be drinking whiskey with you. Why? Because today's video is about whiskey and cryptocurrency. Now, this particular whiskey isn't as bad as, unfortunately, Jack Daniel's. We're looking at cheap whiskeys. Remember when I used to have a good whiskey collection? Not that this is bad, it's a great whiskey for its price. However, it certainly doesn't have as much taste as the really peaty Talisker Sky or the Glenfiddich, which is a classic, or even the Japanese Nikka. I absolutely love all of that. However, just in case, we do have water and Coca-Cola, and now we're going a cheap route. A wine glass, don't have any whiskey, so we're drinking with that. But without further ado, let's discuss today about a whiskey distillery trying to raise its funds through cryptocurrency. That's kind of a fun one, so cheers. Oh, it's got a nice, fantastic smell to it. So it is probably a weird story. However, it may not be such a bad idea. To be quite honest, there was plenty of food, alcohol, and just general beverage companies that wanted to raise funds in non-traditional formats. You see, there's an interesting issue. A lot of companies that aren't the Silicon Valley style ones, even for example, the one I'm going to create where I'm going to have Bitcoin ATMs, it's very difficult to really raise funds in a proper manner. You have to do things a little bit differently. You see, with a tech company, sure, you can have multiple series of funding, and these hedge fund guys are just sitting in their office and they're listening to your presentation and they can predict all the numbers they want. But with a local distillery or with a local factory or something that's local, it's a lot more difficult. Unless it's a local investor or somebody who sees truly the potential in this. So that's why companies, which aren't tech companies, they're not the next revolutionary product, they're just here to try and make something that they absolutely love, and they want to make a good product. That's why if they're familiar with cryptocurrency, or if the CEO, the founders are really passionate about cryptocurrency, they might want to raise funds through cryptocurrency. So let's get into the details. Now, what exactly is this whiskey company?
All right, so we see that Bitcoin is at $13,071. The total market cap of all cryptocurrencies is approaching $400 billion. It is a good time if you have a company, whatever the industry, whatever the niche is, to get involved with cryptocurrency. And that's probably what the founder of this thought. Maybe he was an investor in Bitcoin and he was like, hey, why not? Let's do it. So Faer Distillery seeks funds through cryptocurrency. The proposed Faer Distillery will be constructed on a 23,000 square meter site near the village of Keflavik on the Faroe Islands. The site will house a distillery, warehousing facilities, and a visitor center. Whiskey production at the Faer Isles Distillery is slated to commence in 2023. In order to raise the capital required to construct the new site, the distillery has launched two funding drives, its Founders Club and a cryptocurrency-backed security token offering. The Founders Club forms the first phase of the distillery's fundraising drive and will offer whiskey fans a reward package featuring 3 special edition bottles. It will include the site's first new gin, the single malt new make spirit, and a 3-year-old whiskey. Priced at €200, $236 American, Founders Club membership also includes discounts and special offers for exclusive tastings, events, and merch. Funds raised through the FC will be used to commence commercial production. All right, now, what about the crypto aspect? The second phase will launch later this year and will be used to fund full-scale commercial production at the Keflavik site. To raise the capital required, Faer Isles Distillery will launch a new security token offering, which will enable people to invest in the company through cryptocurrency shares that are traded directly from the licensed issuer. The offering will be available to members of the Founders Club from the 1st of December and will be rolled out to the general public from the 31st of December. So that's actually not too far away, 2 months. Using online platform DigiShares, investors will be able to purchase using crypto as well as regular money. The distillery claims it will probably be the first whiskey distillery in the world that's funded this way. Now you might be wondering, how much does it cost to start up a whiskey distillery, especially on the Faroe Islands, pretty far away from most of the world? Well, it depends. These are American rates. Obviously, in countries like where I am from, Poland, these are going to be a lot cheaper. On average, I would say that at the very, very minimum, $500,000 there, but probably $1 to $2 million based off of, this is just one link that I'm using here, but I actually researched this for some random reason. I was interested how much whiskey distilleries and also how much it costs to open up a brewery. I had that little phase in within me. So I went through a lot of numbers and they were all very similar. So here they're saying it takes anywhere from $3 to $5 million at a minimum. No matter what size of the distillery, both time and money are at a premium. Don't rush, but rush. Get it in the bottle, but make sure it's good. It's stressful because your whole focus is trying to bring a product to market. But the thing we kept a close eye on was don't rush it. I find too many products from small distilleries that, in my opinion, were rushed. People didn't know any better. They didn't do their research. They made something because now they can make it. That's what we aren't trying to do. So if we go down further, there's their distillery. It's a small little distillery here. That's how you can look at it. We've talked to a lot of people doing this, and a lot of people have said, when you start pricing equipment, it will scare you off really quick. We've talked to a lot of people doing this, and a lot of people have $800,000 to $1 million in investments. They build a building, they buy a still, they buy some mash tunes and fermenters. The money goes quick. I probably visited 12 to 15 distilleries, and that is a pretty standard. So we're probably a quarter of that, which gives us a huge advantage. And the reason is, this distillery, the particular one, built their own equipment. I don't think the Faroe Islands is really doing that. The cost savings is huge if you do that, though. Here is where they're going to be doing it, the Faer Isles and the Faroe Islands. They aren't the first whiskey company associated with cryptocurrency. Well, we had this, which was an utter failure, Cask coin, and there was actually another whiskey coin, and I couldn't find them either on CoinMarketCap. But this does have a Forbes article, which maybe it was either just something that Mr. George Kasakis here wanted to post about because he thought it was interesting, or it was a PR event. So whether it's Scotch, bourbon, Irish whiskey, or Japanese, anyone following the whiskey industry knows the prices are rising. Now whiskey has entered the cryptocurrency market, connecting blockchain tech with the physical asset of whiskey. Cask coin. Well, their portfolio, estimated at £40 million, features casks from some of the most popular Scotch whiskey distilleries in the world. Which is interesting because I found their websites. Here we go, Cask Coin Limited in Scotland. There it is, but I could not find. That's it. It's a pretty crappy website. Could not find much else going on there. And here is Whiskey Coin, the United States' first legally compliant digital currency that is backed by fine and rare whiskey, and that's that. So. Couldn't really find much about it. But this isn't going that route. They're not trying to create their own cryptocurrency. So that's actually a good thing. We don't need much more cryptocurrency. So there should be really 50 at max. The Fair Isles Distillery is allowing investors to own shares in the company backed by ERC20 Ethereum tokens. So they're going the simple route. They just want to collect money through cryptocurrency. They thought it was a pretty cool idea. And it's not the only way they're collecting money. So they realize that there's some risk. But hey, maybe at the end of the day, it's just a PR marketing thing that gets them more, attention, more investors. So that's all right. Proposed whiskey distillery on the Faroe Islands is letting would-be investors get involved by cryptocurrency. Investors can use fiat or Ethereum. It's going to be the Faroe Islands, 200 miles north of Scotland in 2023. The distillery said in a blog post that it's providing the option of buying tokenized shares using crypto, but investors can still get involved using fiat. This method is becoming more and more common for startups. For Fair Isles Distillery will probably be the first whiskey distillery in the world that will allow cryptocurrency as a means of funding. However, there is a crypto-based whiskey fund though that's for bourbon whiskey, not Scotch whiskey. Since so few companies are yet to be traded this way, tokenized shares are highly attractive to investors owning any form of cryptocurrency. The hope is that even those not interested in whiskey will be attracted to owning a tokenized share of the company. Now, is this a good investment? I mean, I can't say. Maybe. Probably not, but I can't even say that because I don't know, this is a world's first, I guess. I wish them all the best. I'm a big fan of whiskey, so there's that. It's certainly an interesting concept.
That is today's video. Thank you so much for viewing it. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you'd like to support the channel, my cryptocurrency donation links are, not the donation links, but just the addresses are down below. However, most of the support for this channel will definitely come from your likes, your engagement, because YouTube sees that engagement. They promote it to other channels, to other viewers. Slowly but steadily, we're growing. Maybe we're losing subscribers a little bit right now. However, I do have a lot of hope. I'm very excited. Thank you for joining me in today's video. See you guys in the next one, and cheers to you. Oh yeah, that's good stuff right there. That is really good for the price. Bye.